do not forgive somebody who has hurt you, then it means you are telling God that deal with me as I've also dealt with that person.
Wow. If I train my child such that he comes out of school and he cannot do an alternative job, then I think as a parent, I am failing.
The midnight that you cannot sleep and thinking about this child, tell yourself, Lord, I hand over this my wayward child unto you.
It is not about the job the person is doing in terms of what we think. But at the end of the day, is it the will of God?
I think that it's very unhealthy for couples to be talking about breaking up and threatening them. It doesn't really solve. If the person is unrepentant, that cannot change it. Start with prayer.
One of the sickness that I pray to God everybody will get one in his life before they die and become a ghost is toothache. One of I don't know if you had toothache before.
I've had it before. You can't sleep.
The anointing doesn't solve it.
Watch Weekend Family Review with DOLLARICH every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. and a repeat at 7 p.m. Weekend Family Review, bringing the families together and reshaping society for tomorrow's generations.
It is another beautiful day and a blessed one, and indeed a glorious one as such, because God has been good to us. Turn to your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your wife, and your husband just to see God has been good to us. And you know what? This is the Weekend Family Review Show right here on GTV Live with me, Johnny called DOLLARICH. Indeed, God has been good. Now, just call your neighbor, your friend, just give somebody a call and say, tune in to watch this program, because here we say we are bringing the families together and reshaping society for tomorrow's generation. That is our core mandate, because we do believe in you. And one thing we always say, whatever the enemy is touching, we will pray that God will break that bondage over your life. Your family will not break, because we know that God is still in his business of keeping the families together. Now we'll take a quick break, because I have this wonderful personality to help us do the topic of the week, but we'll do that after the break. So just don't move. We'll be right back.
When you do not forgive somebody who has hurt you, then it means you are telling God that deal with me as I've also dealt with that person.
Wow. If I train my child such that he comes out of school and he cannot do an alternative job, then I think as a parent, I am failing.
Intercede in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, the midnight that you cannot sleep and thinking about this child. Tell yourself, Lord, I hand over this my wayward child unto you.
It is not about the job the person is doing in terms of what we think. But at the end of the day, is it the will of God? Is that what am I looking at pleasing God or looking at pleasing the people around us?
Once you get into marriage, unless it's a very threatening situation where life and death, is on the line, I think that it's very unhealthy for couples to be talking about breaking up and threatening them. It doesn't really solve. If the person is unrepentant, that cannot change it. Start with prayer.
Watch Weekend Family Review with DOLLARICH every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. and a repeat at 7 p.m. Weekend Family Review, bringing the families together and reshaping society for tomorrow's generations.
You're welcome back, and thank you for staying on, and the program still continues, and it is the Weekend Family Review Show right here on GTV Live with me, Johnny called DOLLARICH. And we want to do our topic of the week, but remember, Sunday 10 p.m, just get the family together. Let's pray, because it was something else at ICGC Abofu with Reverend Selena Clue Abene. I mean, the moment you cannot miss on Redeeming the Family Glory, 10 p.m. sharp. Just meet with us. Let's pray for the family. But now we want to do our topic of the week. But I have these wonderful personalities here, and let me go to my immediate left. I have this beautiful Reverend here, and she's such a powerful woman. Let me introduce her, and she's Reverend Abena Nyameche, the pastor in charge of Alive Glory International Ministries, New Fadama. Osofo, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
Blessed.
You're looking wonderful.
We bless God.
Wow,
Thank
wow,
you.
wow. And on my far left is this Alo's friend. It's been a long while he's been on this program, and he's such a supporting friend. I mean, when we started Redeeming the Family Glory, he was the first person to minister on that program, and it was something else. He's the head pastor of Refined Vessels Ministry. Also, Reverend Theophilus Agbeito.
That's right.
You're welcome, sir. How are you?
Fine.
Wow, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Wow.
And, I've been watching and praying behind the scene. And I think that the program is really doing well.
Wow.
It's going far.
Glory to God.
Yeah.
Glory to God.
Yeah.
We are grateful. We
Wonderful
are grateful. Wow.
people coming
wow.
to,
Wow.
on the set.
Wow.
It's powerful.
Now we want to do our topic of the weekend. We want to look at managing the family and careers. Managing the family and careers. Managing the family and careers. It will amaze you that some people who are so successful as husbands, but they are failing on their jobs. There are some people who are doing well on their jobs, but they are failing as husbands. They are failing as wives. I mean, if you go to the homes, it's terrible. But they are head of institutions. They are managing corporations. Yet they can't put the family together. Children are going northward. Wife is going southward. And the man is messing in the center. I mean, somebody said the center cannot hold. But today we want to look at this issue. I know you have your wife and your husband. And you have the children too. Over there, we still have a WhatsApp line up screen. Just get connected with us. Let's do the show together. Now, also I'll come to you first. They said ladies first, but this one I want to ask you a question. Why do men chase so much of like material wealth, like financial breakthroughs and all that, forgetting the family?
Wow. What a question.
Yeah.
Well, I think that right from the word go, you when you read Genesis, it tells you that in the beginning God created man. Okay.
He was doing the business in the garden.
Exactly. You understand. So the first assignment of man is to till the land, is to make sure that the garden that God has put him in charge, he's truly in charge. You understand? So the first assignment of man is really to be responsible. So it's natural. It comes natural to every man under this sun that he is the head and that he must provide for the family. So every man has that duty, that responsibility. And so that is why, you find men going out, chasing jobs, chasing so many things, just to make sure that, the house has something.
I won't push you further. You hold on. I'll come back to you. Let me go to Reverend Abilanyameche. Now, Reverend, you see, well, if you marry a man who has it, he's head of whatever institution, he's managing director of what the money is coming in, it's nice. But where he's missing as a husband, being a woman, how will you feel?
Well, you feel bad. You feel bad. I won't sit here to say, oh, everything is all right. No, you feel bad. But one thing we have to know in this generation is you have to know that the world is running fast. And as a man, he wants to be a man. Just as our pastor said, he wants to be a man. That's why you see many men, they are so frustrating, not because they are not good, but because they are not able to be a man at home and so on and so forth. So at times, we the women should try to understand the men from that point of view that my husband is trying to. All these things that he's going out, working hard over time, is just because of me and the kids and the family at large. So one, the understanding need to be there. Then number two, you need to set your husband down because at times you will also need him. So it bounces back to our topic that we are talking about today, managing.
That's right.
Managing. You see, when we talk about managing, you have to know that we are talking about a family and a career. And there's no way you can do away with one. So that is where the managing comes in. You need to be able to fulfill your duty as a man, which you have to work and even at times do over working. Then at the same time, you need to manage your home. Your home. And you see, when you gave me this topic, all that came into mind was you have 24 hours in a day. You have 24 hours in a day. And in this day, 24 hours, if you're a woman, you have a husband to take care of. Probably you have a kid to take care of. You have a career. You're a Christian. You go to church. You have to have time to pray, to study your Bible. A whole lot. You need to have time even to take care of yourself. Aside that, there's a time you have to go to church. Even at times from work, home, you have to cook. You have to put the house in order. And you need to have time to sleep a little bit. So you have to do all these things within 24 hours. And at times it's like the 24 hours is not even enough.
That's right.
For you. But it bounces back to managing. So the husband should know that, fine, I want to take care of my kid. What about if I had all the money in the whole world and my family is nowhere to be found? My kids are nowhere to be found. So the man who is working hard to be able to take care of the kids, the wife, the family, and so on, should also know that I have to be able to manage my home so that when I'm able to have the money, the worldly things, at least the family will be there to enjoy it. So it bounces back to management.
I'll come back to you.
Thank you.
We are still talking about managing careers and the family, and the program still continues right here on GTV Live. And you know, our core mandate hasn't changed. We are still bringing the families together, reshaping society for tomorrow's generations. Yes, we do believe in your family. I mean, that beautiful family God has given you. Sometimes some issues come up in the home, and it's sort of taking our time to actually analyzing what is actually happening. We pick up issues and we want to destroy that beauty that God has given us. But listen, some women to immediately they get a job also for and it ends there. Husband doesn't come in anymore. Children don't fit anywhere at all. Also, let's come. We've dealt with the men. Let's look at it. If a woman is a career woman and she feels she also have to prove a point to help the family. Now, even fetching food for the husband cries, even missing in the action. Also, when a woman wants to be successful career-wise, and she's feeling as a wife, how do we get her twist together?
Wow, that's dangerous. That's very dangerous. You know, if I was going to even add to what Reverend just said, you know, in the garden when God created man and put man in charge to manage the garden, the Bible said, and God saw that it was not good for the man to be alone. So he made for the man a helpmate. A helpmate, underline. So the role of the woman is to be a helpmate, whether she's a career woman or not. That role must not, be neglected. If that role is neglected, then there will be serious problems. Because the what God saw was the inadequacy of the man, the limitation of the man. And you will notice that even the man also, because could not manage, his home, even though he was managing the whole garden, there was a problem. Where was the man when the serpent came in? The man wasn't around. The serpent came to meet the woman alone and whispered into the ear of the woman. If the man had been around, I don't think that we will even be talking about Jesus Christ coming to save us. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Yes. So it is important that both the man and the woman understand their role. Is the understanding of your role as a woman, understanding of your role as a man. That as a man, you need to provide for the house. Good. But you don't do that at the expense of the people you are providing for. It's very, very important that we get a balance. Because the Bible says that false balance is an abomination.
That's right. That's right.
And what is an abomination? The abomination is what we see on our streets. When the home is neglected. The abomination is what we see when children become wayward. Involving themselves in all kinds of, activities that we can't even talk about here. So it is important that the woman understand her role, that she is supposed to be and she must be a helpmate.
In other words, if I don't know if I get you right, you can be successful on your job. Yes. And if you fail as a wife or as a husband, you haven't done anything at all.
As a matter of fact, all that you have done is cost 90. Somebody will say
it's zero.
It's zero. It's zero, because you see, now you are looking for money. Maybe the money for building a house, for a car, and all of that. Now, having all of this and losing your children, losing your husband, where is the happiness in that? Many women and many men will tell you that there is no happiness. Imagine a man who comes home and there's nobody in the house. A very huge house. Maybe 8 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms. The wife is not around. The children are not around.
Only the dogs and cats.
Only the dogs and cats. I mean, man is not created to be an island. We are created to be, to be dependent on each other. That is why we need to have fellowship. We need to have relationship. And that is the joy and happiness of life. So it is important that the woman understands that, look, I'm supposed to be a helpmate. In what area should I help my husband?
Wow.
Is it in the area of career? Is it in the area, because you see, there has to be a plan. Both man and woman must have a plan. It's very important that you have a plan for the whole family. That, look, okay, you are a banker. I'm also a banker. Now, that means that we spend a lot of time in the office.
That's right.
Now, before the kids, we could manage, ourselves, because we have nobody to worry about. But now, there is one, there is two. Maybe a male and female in the house. What do you do? There has to be a plan in place.
There should be a plan.
To take care of these kids that God has given you. So I believe that there has to be a plan in the house.
A plan?
Yes.
How do we get this plan together? Because one thing that I've realized is, there are some homes you go and because of the demand, the nature of the home, if the woman doesn't move, you don't get to get the family moving. If the man doesn't move, you don't get to get the family moving. And therefore, and if you hear some men say, after all, I have to provide for the family, so you take care of, they want to share responsibility, like you have to take care of this, you have to take care of this. Where you don't get the act together, because there are some men, I've seen a couple of them, their interest is to provide and not to companionship. That's right. They feel they have to give you all the wealth, like the money, whatever you are looking for. After all, don't you have the car? The car is there, the house is there, the house helps are there. Everything is at your disposal. That is what they feel it is being responsible, and not that companionship with you or with the children. How do you get a plan together to get yourself into that act?
You see, the topic that we are treating now, say, managing the families. You see the way you put it. The family comes before the career. The family comes before the career. So, as a man, it's good. You have to work. But you have to know that this is my family. After work, I need to come back home and meet my family. So the two of us, you see, at times it depends on what the couples they want, and at times comparison, because this family I can see they have car, they have house, they have this. So the man, the ego is there. They want to work. I want to have a car. I want to have a house. It's good. It's good. The woman you need to support. Now the demand is becoming too much. You see the children's school fees and so on and so forth. So you need to work and support. It's good. But hey, the two of us, last 2 weeks we were saying the same thing. The two of us, let's sit down and plan. There are some things it will take a long-term plan, okay? And there are some things it's just a short term, like school fees and so on. But building a house, maybe buying a car, looking at your income at that particular time. Let's sit down and talk. How much do you earn? How much do I earn? At the end of the month, let's calculate our expenses. Now, do we spend more than our income? Okay, do we spend more than our income? So, what are we going to do? Do we need to cut down some of the expenses so that it will bring down all this stress?
That's right.
It will bring down all this stress. Let's sit down as a husband and a wife and let's plan. And I believe when we are able to sit down and we plan and we cut our way, you see, and we are not under any pressure. We are not competing with any family or anybody, because at work I could see that this person is driving this car, so I also have to have it. Yes, I want to have it. That's right. So we are not competing with anybody. Let's plan. And as we are able to cut down some of the expenses and we plan our way out, I bet we will live a successful family life.
Also, now let's look at something here. You see, to some people, family comes first before any other thing. Others too, they put their jobs ahead of almost everything. He wants to, climb the ladders and success. He wants to move and move and move. Yeah. So whatever that happens down there doesn't concern him or her at all. You want to be successful on your job. You want to be very successful. Some people want to get promotions and all these things, and they are doing it at the expense of the happiness of the family. When you get to that point in your career life, you see, somebody also say that I'm doing it for the family. Okay, that's where the whole.
Sometimes not for the family.
For personal interest.
Yes.
Also, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
You see, whatever you do in the interest of the family does not go against the family. It rather enhances, the family, tie and whatever it is that you say you are doing for the family. It should not be detrimental to the family. It cannot be in the interest of the family when it is detrimental. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? For instance, you want a promotion just so that your pay, will go up. But much as you want to do that, you also have to recognize that you are not alone. You also need to be responsible for your family, for your children. It's very important, because at the end of the day, when you bring the money home, where is the home? Because it is the people that makes the home, not the building.
And whatever you make is to go to support
the home.
So if the people are,
and when we say the home, I'm trying to emphasize something. When we say home, we are not talking about the rooms or the buildings that you have
or the king size bed.
No, you are talking about human beings. It is the human beings that makes the home. That is why in the wisdom of God, after he had created all things, he said, let us make man. So even God needed man. What am I trying to say? Your family need you as a man. Your family need you as a wife. Your children need you. So you cannot climb up the ladder of your career at the expense, at the detriment of your children. No way. It's a false balance. And it is an abomination. And the repercussions, you can't stand it. Today, some parents are weeping and crying over their children. Why? Because they have done things that are detrimental to the children. And now they are reaping it. The children are misbehaving. The children have become wayward. The children, are doing all kinds of things. And these are children who are carrying your name. So whatever good name that you think you want to achieve in your career can be tarnished by your kids.
As if you are going deep.
Yes, can be destroyed. That very career can be destroyed by your own children. Imagine your children become an armed robber.
Meanwhile, you are a successful.
Meanwhile, you are a successful banker. And this, your kid, one of them, leads this gang into that bank you are working. Only to be arrested. And whose name is that kid bearing? Your name. You have failed.
You have.
You have failed. It doesn't matter whoever you think you have become. Your kids have tarnished your image. So it is very important that, you see, our cars don't bear our names. They don't carry our names along.
Wow.
No, it's our kids that carry our names.
This is serious, eh?
Yes. Our buildings. If you have 1,000 building, 800 building, whatever building you have, afterwards, after your career, who is going to manage these things for you? It's going to be your kids. So it is important that we get a balance, the managing of our time. That is why I talked about planning, and then she also went into talking about how we can plan. Look, for instance, you are a banker, and your wife is also a banker. You've worked after some time. Now you have kids. Now, if you have a kid, I think that both of you have to sit down and think about what should we do so that there has to be somebody home. Because you see, people think that I'll have a house help. House help to take care of your kid. Do you know who that house help is? You may know that house help by name, but you don't know what is in that house help. What that house help is going to impart to your children. You don't know if that house help carries some strange spirit, has some bad habits, and all of that. You have no idea. So I think that, we are living in a very advanced, time and dispensation where, wife must work, husband must work, and then resources have to be put together and all of that. But for me, I think that when children come in, please factor the children into your plan.
Wow.
Factor the children into your plan, because the children will need you.
And they will bear your name.
And they will be bearing your name. They will be answering your name. It's very important. They will be answering your name. Your car will not answer your name. Your house will not answer your name. Your money will not answer your name. It is your children that will answer your name.
The program still continues, and it is the weekend family review show right here on GTV Live, and we are discussing managing the family and careers. It is getting quite intense. I don't know about you, but I know a whole lot is going on out there. I mean, husbands leave home 4 a.m., 5 a.m., they come back after 11 p.m., and they only get to see sleeping kids. And then they wake up the following day, the kids don't get to find them. I mean, some wives come home late and they only come to meet the children asleep, and it's getting something else. How do we get the balance? How do we get being a successful career man or a woman and a good husband or a good wife at the same time? It's getting quite serious. We still have our WhatsApp line up screen and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollar. Just get connected with us. Let's do the show together. It's getting serious.
It's getting serious, yeah.
Sometimes I wonder, do we really understand the family concept? Do we really understand what family is all about? Do we really understand who children are, who a husband is, who a wife is? Do we, when we are in the marriage, do we really understand all these things?
At times, looking at some of the issues that pop out, you find out that we don't really understand.
We don't.
We don't at all. Because a family that's, if your family is not your first priority, then you don't understand. You don't at all. Because when Reverend was talking, going out there to work, bringing all the money in the world, the family, all this money you are chasing out there is for the family, to enhance the family, the education, our feeding, where to lay our heads, and so on and so forth. But you have to know that your bedrock, your foundation is the family. That's why when you go out there, even when it is 11 p.m., you still come back home. You still come back home. Why? Because the family is your bedrock. The family is your foundation. So if the family is your foundation and your bedrock, why not taking care of the family? Why not taking your time, okay, to invest
quality time,
quality time in your family? You see, money, the Bible says money answered all things, but at times there are certain things money cannot. At times there are certain things money. At times it takes love.
That's right.
Showing love to the kids. The kids, all they need is money. Give me this, give me that, give me this. But for you to go deep down their hearts, they are all that they are demanding is love.
Your attention.
Your attention, your love. A little time with them, playing with them.
That's right.
At times even at the backyard, playing with them. And it's like their daddy is the hero. I mean, their mommy is the best.
Jumping on your
One
heads
day
and
we
going
had
here and there.
one day I had an opportunity meeting with some kids, and we were talking, and then I said, I was asking them, when you grow, what do you want to become? What do you want to do? And who is your role model? Man of God, I was shocked. Children about 80, none of them could say, my daddy is my role model or my mom is my role model. None of them. None of them. And they were rather pointing, you see, I want to be like this, I want to be like this man, I want to be like, ooh. After everything, I sat down, I said, wow, we have a work to do. It means we are not impacting to our kids. We are not showing them a good example for them to be proud of us and even to say, I want to be like my mom. I want to be like my dad. It's not all about money.
Wow.
It's about love.
This is serious.
At times, a wife will be at home and all that she need is the husband beside her. Let's talk. Let's chase. The husband is somewhere playing with even friends. With even friends.
Time after work, you know.
At times, a man wants the wife, you know, to be proud of her. And this is my wife. This is my wife. But the wife is nowhere to be found.
Chasing career.
Chasing career. And when you talk, you see, and at times you see some of these women, they bring in more than their husband, their man. And they try to build their argument on that, hey, it does not work that way. Does not work that way at all. Not at all. Not at all. So, money is not everything. Fame is not everything. Let's know that our family is the first thing aside God. Because all this money, this cars, everything, it bounces back to the same family, the home. So if the home is not there, if the family is not strong enough, that's why we see this day, a man will work, has some properties, leave it behind. After some years, they will sell them. They will sell the properties. If it is a company, you see the whole thing collapsing and so on and so forth.
It didn't impact.
Impact. So please, you out there, take time. Look back. Your family. Is my wife enjoying me as a husband? My husband, is he enjoying me? Is he enjoying my company? Am I being a blessing to him? My kids, are they proud of us?
Wow.
Are they proud of us? Can they go out there and say, I'm proud of my mom? Because I know, as for my mom will be there for me anytime I need him, I need her. Or my dad will be there for me. So please, let's all this career, all this money, all this fame, all these cars, houses, they are good, all right. It's like John 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all other things shall be added to you. So when we come back to the family, seek ye first the family. The family values. What are you imparting? What are you teaching? Do you know that even in the word of God, the Bible says, God said, I trust Abraham because I know Abraham would teach
That's right.
his children.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Because Abraham is going to impact to his next generation. So please, let's take time. Let's show our family love. Time. That's why in the beginning I was talking about time. Please, let's plan our way out and make time for our family. Yes, we know your work is very demanding,
right.
but at least on weekend, Sunday after church, you can even decide, let's go out today.
Where's the shopping mall?
Yes, let's sit somewhere.
You will be surprised. People carry jobs from their offices
To their, even to their bedroom.
I was even just coming to that point.
So the next office is the house.
I was just coming when she was talking about the fact that we should make some time, and now we are becoming quite advanced, and our system and our economy and all that, the demand here and there. If you don't have time, let's say during the weekdays, let's say she made mention of weekend, you should make some time. And but here's the case that some people you pointed out, even the small time they are supposed to spend with the family, you see them opening their laptops.
That's right.
And then they'll be on the net.
And at times when the kids are coming, people are working.
They go to their small hall and it's work. Wife cannot enter, children cannot enter. Also for when you have a husband like that, as a wife, what do you do? Or a wife like that?
You see, there has to be a demarcation. There has to be a line drawn. You understand? If it is weekend, what plan do you have for the weekend? It cannot be work as usual.
No.
From Monday
to Monday.
All you are doing is working. No. That is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Even God. Even God rested.
Even God rested.
Even God rested.
He had
the Bible
time
said
for
he
himself
created
and the family.
After all his creation, who works more than God?
And even him, he rested.
Look at this whole world. He created in what?
In 6 days.
6 days. He rested. The Bible says, and God rested.
He relaxed
from his labor.
And he was enjoying the family.
Exactly. You see, when he rested, the Bible says, and he saw that everything that he had created was beautiful.
Good. Wow.
Can you ask yourself the same question? When was the last time you had rest? Because you see, if you don't even rest, you can't even see that what you are doing is beautiful.
Also, you have a point.
You can see. Because most people are not resting, they can't even see their children. What they see is job. What they see is work.
You can't see the beauty of your wife.
They don't see the beauty of their wives.
They can't see the beauty.
They don't see the beauty of their children.
Even when the children have challenges, they are going through a whole lot.
They have nobody to talk to. They have to talk to friends. So in the school, the child has a friend that he's always talking to about issues. And if that friend is a bad friend, what do you think will happen to your children? If your wife has nobody to talk to, and your wife has a bad friend, what do you think will happen to your wife? So people complain, and I no longer know my wife again. Yes.
What happened?
You will not know her because what time have you had with her? For the last 6 months, 3 months.
Have you had
1 month?
A listening ear.
What time? What quality time have you had with your wife? Look, it's even going to the extent of affecting childbearing in many marriages.
Yes.
Many marriages that are suffering from lack of children and all of that is as a result of some of these things.
You don't have time.
They don't have time. The stress is too much. By the time he gets home, he is so tired.
And he's an occasional visitor.
He's so tired. What occasional visitor? There is no visit at all.
Oh, this is serious.
I'm telling you.
Total holiday.
Yes, there's no visit. And if you're not visiting, somebody will visit your wife.
So this is serious.
Yes. If you're not visiting your children, somebody will visit your children.
And people are doing it.
So is that what you want? Because the woman in the house, somebody say, body no be firewood.
Serious.
You understand what I'm saying? Yes. Because what you are doing is that you are punishing the woman emotionally. You are punishing the children emotionally. You are depriving them of the emotional, relationship that they need to have with you. The emotional fellowship that they need to have. You are depriving them of it. And it's a punishment.
Wow.
I'm telling you, women are suffering. Some men too are suffering. I'm telling you.
In their case, I'm sure it is worse.
Yes, they are suffering. And some can't take it anymore. And so they will go out there and do whatever. You work. Me too. I'll be working on the side.
This is terrible.
Yes. And so please, you don't have to, be so much of career focus and break your home. Break your home. Please. It's not worth it. If you know that you are not ready, don't marry.
At all.
Don't marry. You just focus. Career. Profession. You just focus. Don't marry at all to disturb
somebody's daughter or
somebody's son. Don't try it. If you are not ready, don't give birth to children. Yes. You must be ready. You must be ready to marry. You must be ready to have children. You must be ready, because it comes with responsibility.
Wow.
It comes with attention. It comes with provision, providing for the children. It comes with protecting your wife and children. It comes with all of that. So you if you're not ready, please don't try it. You go on with your business.
I spoke with one lady some few months back, and she was like, I said, how is your husband? She's like, oh, well, I haven't seen him for some time now. And I go like, are you not staying together? And she go, yeah, we are there, but I hardly see him. Then I asked myself a question. When did this start? And when is it going to end? How would the end result be? If you have a wife, you have a husband, and you can't even find him, you can't find her, what is becoming of your marriage? Do
you know that there are couples that are living right now? They are living together, but psychologically, the marriage is no more. It's no more. Even though they are living in the same house. Yeah. Psychologically,
they are far apart.
They are far apart. Far apart.
Wow.
Far. And divorce starts with this. Divorce does not just happen one day or 1 week or 1 year. No. Some of these things, you see, when one party begins to feel lonely, even though I'm married, but I'm lonely, I feel so lonely, then thoughts begins to come in. Thoughts begins to come in. So if the person is not strong enough, praying, believing God, working at it, and believing God that the husband or the wife will come back, then they are heading towards divorce. Because this, what you just said now is very, very, very serious.
Very serious, yes.
For you to live as couples and one could say, I hardly see my husband.
Yes.
No.
In Accra here, right? In Accra here, yes. Recipe for disaster.
No, really, this is serious. And just as what Reverend said, it was absent the man that Satan came in, that the serpent came in. So if a wife could say, I hardly see my husband, then who is talking to her? Who is touching her? Who is communicating with her? Because just as Reverend said, we are made for that. We are made for that. As human beings, we need one another. You need to talk to somebody, you know, affectionately. You need to be there. So if that desire comes and the husband is not there, what happens? What happens? So please, this is very, very serious and bad. Very bad. And this woman needs to sit the husband down. And talk to the husband that this is what I'm going through. Even though we are married, but I feel so lonely.
For all you know, maybe he has some garden somewhere.
Garden somewhere.
But talking about this garden thing, I mean, some people are using the name of my job, and they are farming elsewhere. Both men and women, yes. Is it trip or trek or whatever? And they are here this minute. I mean, the weekend or the holidays they are supposed to spend with the family, they have some other engagement elsewhere. And also, it's getting quite serious.
These are some of the things that it's leading to breaking of
homes.
You have children becoming vagabonds and wayward and all of that, because to be very honest, the man has become vagabond. The man has become wayward. That is why the kids are also becoming wayward. Because if daddy is home, listen, kids will be home.
If mommy is home,
the kids will be home. But if daddy is not home all the time, mommy is not home all the time, the kids will also find their way. You know, that's why she also did stress. I was saying that, look, if somebody will visit, if you are not there, but who is that person?
That's right.
In the case of Adam and Eve, it was Satan that visited.
And if you are not careful and Satan visits your home.
And if you are not careful, Satan visits your home. It's a bad news.
You might not have second Jesus coming on the scene.
No.
This is serious.
And that is what is happening. When the man is not in the house, when the wife is not in the house, Satan will visit. Satan will visit in the form of an agent that is a human being.
Let me clarify this. I think there are some people who might not get this. You know, sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to take the person physically there. You know, but just the atmosphere.
Exactly.
You know, you might be far apart or far away from your husband or your wife.
That's right.
But the connection,
there's no emotional connection.
That is it.
I mean, there is no communication. There is breakdown of everything. Now, if there is that breakdown, listen, the woman certainly will be talking to somebody.
And who is she talking to?
Who is she talking to? Or who has she been talking to?
If it is the devil, you are dead.
You understand what I'm saying? Who are the kids talking to? Who are they talking to? They are certainly going to talk to somebody. If in your absence, somebody certainly visits the house.
And you don't even know who.
And you don't know who that person is. Because you've left home like 1 month, like 2 weeks.
You know, interestingly, you know, Eve never told Adam who gave her the apple. It's a mystery. You have to know.
Yes.
Adam just took the apple without asking. So if the visitor comes and you don't know the visitor, God have mercy on us.
That visitor has an apple to give.
No visitor will come empty-handed.
No.
There's a mystery here. That visit might not be a pleasant one.
No.
And you know, at times we also need to look at the other side and ask, what is keeping the man outside?
That's right.
What is keeping the woman outside?
That's right.
What is pushing him away? Is it because you, the wife, you are not, you know, giving him that environment?
That's right.
That environment for him to feel comfortable as the man in the house, or you, the man, you are not giving the woman that environment that, you know, she is the queen. You know, what is keeping your partner,
your own wife like
treating your own wife like a maid?
She's
you know, at times I heard a story and it's like now the man has climbed higher, and now the man thinks that the wife is not that level. So it's like she's shy about her, and even if there's a party at work and he's supposed to go with the wife, everybody's coming with their wives and their spouse, and this one they
no the secretary. She'll be taking minutes at the party. Can you imagine? I wonder which party that secretaries take minutes there. Also, we have a long
You see, and I think that it's a big problem. Why is it a problem? Now, did you marry your wife, you know, to become like you?
I mean, if that is not why you married your wife, then let your wife be.
That's right.
You understand? You want to become a manager. and now you have attained the managerial level, and your wife is not a manager. Listen, for Christ's sake, your wife is just your wife. She's not supposed to be your manager.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So that when you come home, you want to talk about, you know, your managerial stuff. No.
Your wife is your wife.
You see, it's like a pastor, you know, who, having pastored the church, comes home, you know, having ministered in the church, cast out devils and heal the sick. He's home now and he's trying to cast out devils and heal the sick in the house.
Why there are better things to do?
You understand? Yeah. The home is not a place to cast out devils and to heal the sick. You understand? You know? Yeah. So, you see, we have to get it clear. Your wife is not for that purpose.
Your wife is your wife.
Your wife is your wife. That is why you married her.
You have a special duty towards her.
Exactly. You understand? So stop, you know, treating your wife as though, you know, I mean, she hasn't gotten to my level, and you know, I'm a manager, and so listen, she's not supposed to be your manager. She's your wife.
A word of advice.
A word of advice. My advice is let's sit down as couples and let's talk. Let's prioritize the home first. Let's show love, time, priorities. What do we have to do first? What do we have to do second, third, fourth? And then by so doing, God will help us.
God will surely help us. Now, I will not let you go until we talk a bit about this book of yours, The Force of Prayer.
The Force of Prayer.
I saw this book and I think it's something else. Now, if the family can bond better, I believe prayer should be. What actually inspired you to come up with this book?
Well, prayer is my ministry. Wow. I love prayer a lot, and it's a gift.
Wow.
It's a gift, and I've been preaching on prayer, and the Spirit of God laid it in my heart to put it in a book so that whoever will grab it will know the force of prayer. We are not just talking. We are not just making noise, but there is a force in prayer. Prayer solves problems.
Is this the only book you have?
No, this is my third book.
Wow. Wow, this is powerful. This is powerful. And my viewers, I don't know, but this is a book I think everybody should get a copy. Personally, I'm seizing this one for myself. Just give me a call. We'll get you one. If you call, I'll show you where to get one. Or do you have some places that they can get some?
For now, at Adum front desk.
Okay.
And my father's house.
My father's house, Dansuman.
Yes, please.
Resurrection Power and Living Bread Ministries. And then call me personally too. You get one. Because it's a book I think we all need to have. And Reverend Namiche, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And also, let me take a word of advice from you before we end.
I think that seriously we have to. She mentioned prioritize.
Yes.
You know, we need to have a plan. And then if you are not ready for something, don't go into it. Because there are repercussions.
That's right.
If you're not ready for marriage, don't try it. If you're not ready for kids, don't try it. Because it comes with responsibility.
Wow.
And you cannot be a man without responsibility. And you can also not be a woman without responsibility. A woman is supposed to be a helpmate. The man is supposed to be the head. But the two must work together to make a home.
The two must work together to make a home. You matter to the family, whether being the husband or the wife or even a child. Whatever contributions that you can put together to ensure the family is living in harmony, please ensure that you are doing your best in that marriage or in that family in which you are. You know what? Sometimes we make a big mistake comparing ourselves to other people. But one thing I have seen, and I keep seeing under the sun, is that you are unique. You are not a copy of anybody. You are so different. God has made you so unique. That family in which you are, it is a glorious one. Let me tell you something. The person you are comparing yourself to also wish he's just or she's just like you. Don't look anywhere. Look up to God. Trust me, your family will not break. We'll see you same time next week, because here we say we are bringing the families together, reshaping society for tomorrow's generation. This is Weekend Family Review Show with me, Johnny called DOLLARICH. I love you so much, and happy birthday to everybody who is celebrating the birthday in this week. I've seen so many apps of birthday people. I can't mention all of you, your names, but trust me, I love you so much. God richly bless you.
Oh yeah, kasi nabu ufata se uti anyonya I want it to me Jesus wada yaso nidini wante nini na kaho obiamowe Amen.